Hello, stars, and welcome to Horrortale by the darkpetal16. Now, before we begin, I'd like to explain how exactly the romance route will be different to how I tackle the friendship. Friendship will include every single scene from start to finish. Romance routes will only contain scenes in which the one we're trying to romance is featured in, and anytime they're actually mentioned. I will include the character creation for each of them, and of course at the end of each of the sections and no chapters, because it gives you confirmation whose route you're on. Alright? The only exception for this particular rule when it comes to romance is definitely going to be with Reaper, because Reaper's route will contain things involving Reaper Papyrus as well. Because I just want to put his scenes in there because he's really funny. Alright. What makes Horrortale Sans a bit different from the others? He's actually featured in 3 routes. So he actually appears in Harem, his own route, and Poly. So that's that. Okay. This is Horrortale based. He is inspired by Horrortale Sans, which means he's probably starving. And I'm probably going to cry. Hopefully everything I just said makes sense. If you want to see more of Horrortale, slap the like. 5 likes a video and I will continue the series. 10 likes, I will get it up sooner. That's not to say I'm going to get it up the next day. Keep that in mind. When it comes to the series, normally it does take a lot longer because I am trying to edit and do voicing. Oh, about the voicing. The only time I'm going to make the voicing sound different, it's not like when they're reading individual dialogue. It's like how Gaster was speaking. He's not like having a conversation with you. It's only like during a fight where they sometimes talk. That's when I'll add it, because probably that will see more in time, but we'll see how it goes. With Sans, he won't get a different voice that much, because whenever I do voice Sans, I normally just use my normal voice for him. Whereas some of the others would have to have their voice changed a bit, because look at Wings. I don't imagine a normal voice coming out of that one too soon. Oh, other people were curious what happened to the actual voice that was in there. It was removed. I'm not going to say anything more on it, but the original voice that was in the game when you loaded it up and you played through, it was removed. Okay, not saying anything more on that. Doesn't need to be said. Alright, are we good to go? Are you comfortable? If you continue watching after this point, you are responsible for your own actions. I'm not going to hold your hand. Okay. Great, fantastic, wonderful. Let's begin. I'm going to first get... How long have you been there? Oh, I've been here for quite some time. Don't mind me. Why are you directly behind me? I just thought I'd be here for the character creation screen. You don't mind, do you? No, it's fine. I'm surprised Flowey's not here. Flowey, he was a little busy. You didn't intimidate him, did you? Me? What? No, never. I would never frighten your little flower friend. Okay, before we begin, the game is recommended to play with the sound on, as there are effects in place. AKA, you will probably get jump scared at some point. Oh dear. Okay. Character creation. Warning, everything related to Horrortale, proceed with caution. Again, that is your warning. If you are uncomfortable with blood, gore, or descriptive gore and stuff like that, there will be romance at some point. I mean, we could get romantic right now. Behave yourself. But you know what I mean. Gender, woman. Children, you are capable of carrying a child. Don't smile about it. Hair colour, of course, mine is going to be purple, but you can choose whatever you want. But I want my hair to stay purple. Ah, yes, a beautiful colour indeed. Do you have to stare at me so intently? I can feel a chill going up my spine. Wait, are you touching me? Perhaps, but that's fine. You're mine anyway. This isn't if under swap. Doesn't matter. Besides, you already agreed to allow me to stay. I already regret my decision. Okay, my eyes are pink. Please keep your hands to yourself, sir. You do not wear glasses. You wear contact. I don't trust contact lenses in this game. I don't know what happened, but I feel like it would end badly for me. Better be extra safe then. Wouldn't want anything to happen. Though, I could probably give you some fake eyes. I mean, there's still that whole offer I gave you about a body. Pass! Oh, come now. Pass! Nothing extra, no features, no makeup. My name is Twinkle. Okay. Now, your favorite smell is... I don't really know what smell would be perfect for songs at all. I would have said ketchup, but we don't really have it. Pine, he always smells pine tree, so I'll give him vanilla. Oh my. Say nothing. What? I didn't say anything. You were thinking it. At the start of the game, you are wearing a sweater with 2 stripes. On it, the base color of the sweater is... Okay, so by here, what I want to do is I want to try and make the sweater look similar to the jacket that Horrortale Sans wears. Oh my, that is so convenient and sweet of you. Trying to have matching outfits with him. You are still breathing down my back. He was smiling. Okay, so we're looking for, let's see, white, grayish white, and... What is this, like a navy? It's not a navy, per se. Okay, the sweater, I want the sweater to match the color of his actual, like, jacket. Gray, green, mint green, seafoam. I don't know what seafoam is. I kind of wish there was something here to show the color. Teal. What, do you think it's a teal? Do I have to Google? What's a teal? The teal is like a type of blue, right? If I'm wrong, let me know. Okay, the 2 stripes, I want them to be like white, I think. Do you think, yeah, white, because the only reason the hood is like a whitey grey, it's because of the fact it's gone dirty over time, I'm assuming. You swear it's long enough to go down to your butt. Why? Why do you want to cover that? And also, I can make you a sweater, I even offer to. Yes, but you use special thread, don't you? But of course. But you know, I could make you a lot better sweater. Oh boy. Underneath your sweater you are wearing... You were going to say something, but you stopped yourself. Me? Heavens no. Okay, so by here, make sure you choose something that's really warm, because you will die. You know, if I removed your legs, then you really wouldn't need them. Why? Just why? Well, how else am I supposed to... Not that! Can you behave for just a minute? Just 1 minute, that's all I'm asking. No, make it 10 minutes. Oh, but 10 minutes is so long. Well, you made me wait long. Oh, touché. Black. We're gonna have black because of the shorts on sounds are black. Okay, so right here, I do highly suggest wearing long boots. Knee-high boots. You could wear, probably work boots would work too, but I chose knee-high boots because I just like the look of those, and the game once told me it was a great choice. There we go. Blood type. I don't know. Apparently the blood type is supposed to cause like a really like interesting dialogue to trigger, but I don't know which blood type it is, and I don't know who it's supposed to trigger. Well, you definitely know what triggers me. It hasn't even been 10 minutes and you're going again. I'm sorry, my dear. Just find it so hard to with you around. Oh, dear. Okay. A, B, and O. You know, I never understood. Why exactly is the blood types A, B, B, and then randomly you've gone O? Where's C? Okay. We'll give Sans A. You would prefer not to lose your right hand? I'd also prefer not to lose any part of me. Oh, but your legs, you wouldn't miss your legs, my dear. Besides, I could make new ones. Imagine a new lovely body, one that would never, like, age. No! I'm still traumatized after that scene. No! No, come now. It wasn't all that bad. It was worse! I even heard the soul blade going. I still remember it. Well, it only happened once. Twice. One time when you actually liked me. But I wasn't listening. Well, that's what you get for not listening, my dear. Besides, I was a lot more gentle the other time. Alright, I'll behave. I have the most to offer from my... your butt? Why there? Because that's where they normally cut you. Wait, they're going to be touching you? I did not agree to this. Well, neither did I. I didn't agree to having a part of me cut off, but I prefer somewhere that doesn't have anything vital in it. I mean, I know people think butts look good and all that, but at least there's nothing like, you know, organs and stuff aren't in your butt. As far as I know, this is the weirdest conversation I'm having so far with you. I am not happy. I do not approve of this. I think you should probably go play something else. Are you gonna get mad when this happens? Choose how you want to curse. Simple. What the cookies? I want to say absolutely not. It also kind of makes me sound like Princess Celestia, but it also makes me sound like Mama Tori. Choose a phrase. Oh, my stars. Oh, and a swap. Choose that one. I like that one. Well, at least we're feeling a lot better now. Choose an action. How do you tell people that you'll be okay, even if you know you won't be? You wink and finger guns. Hey, I think Red would be very upset with me. Of course I would. I remember when you did that to me during our fight. Yeah, but you cheated. You killed me in the freaking elevator. Like, literally stepping out on the elevator didn't even give me a chance. Ooh, she told you. Why is he here? Got a problem, shorty. You two, can you please behave? Don't make me get Flowey. Don't make me get someone else in here. Don't make me get your brothers, Gaster. There's no need for that. Aha, that got you to stop. You wink and smile. You smile kindly. You give 2 thumbs up. You give 1 thumbs up. You shrug and make an noise. You frown thoughtfully, then shrug and nod. You nod quickly. Okay, you smile kindly. What do you do when you're anxious? You nervously fiddle with your fingers. You wish you shift your weight back and forth. You anxiously sway side to side. You chew on your tongue. You turn your bottom lip. Ow. Play with your hair. We're going to choose something you nervously fiddle with your fingers. You anxiously shift your weight back and forth. You anxiously sway side to side. Okay, we're gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with the nervously with like the fingers thing because that reminds me of Gaster from Siren Call. Oh, so you're talking about another Gaster in front of me now as well. Oh, behave you. Besides, we're soon done here. If I could stop like accidentally clicking over the options. Okay. This one. Okay, so that's my character creation done. So just another reminder, make sure you choose the freaking things to keep you warm. Pants, jeans, sweatpants, anything like that that's long and can cover your legs is better than nothing. I'm wondering though if maybe sweatpants would be better because if we go into Snowden... Because sweatpants are like, yeah, sweatpants. Would sweatpants be better? Because it does keep you dry, so it doesn't make sure you doesn't get wet, but it also makes sure that you're cool when you get into like a hot area. That's what they call sweatpants. But they're technically pants as well, so they would still keep me dry from the snow. Maybe they would be the better choice? I'm trying to think, because when you get into a hotland, I don't know if hotland can kill you, the intense heat. Because I've got a sweater. Wouldn't the sweater, like, make me too hot? Look at you, now worrying about getting too hot as well. You wouldn't have this problem if you didn't have, you know, if I gave you a different body. Are you really just using this excuse to advertise a freaking different body for me all the time? Well, the option is still there, my dear, and I offer it to you with the greatest amount of love. Okay, I'm gonna try sweatpants. I'm gonna save by here in case this is like the worst choice I can make. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and we're gonna see what happens. So I'll be back once we're further in, and Gaster, you can leave now. Oh, but do I have to? Yes. Oh, but my dear, I love basking in your presence. Stop sucking up to me and go. All right, my dear, but I will return. Oh. I'm excited. Don't be. Alright, now, this is said not long after we got chased and we fell into the underground and we met Flowey. This is where we finally get the option to ask Flowey about the monster we saw. And this is also the one time before we get to bump into Trapper Sounds that we actually get to hear about him. Oh my, how convenient. Also, there's another flower. How many is that now? Oh, hush you. The thing that chased you, it must have been a monster too. But wait, you asked Flowey if he's certain the barrier keeps everyone trapped. All monsters, he says. Well, the barrier certainly didn't work with me, now did it? I still found a way to drag you down into the underground with me. And it seems my other version has done the same. Yeah, I'm noticing that's a trend with you. We're very resourceful monsters, you know. You tell me you saw a monster. A monster chased you. I don't know what you saw, he says. But there's no way a monster could have chased you. So what was it, Fat, if it wasn't a monster? An hallucination? Our friends playing a prank? Besides, it didn't chase you that far, more like it floated. You described the monster to Flowey. Maybe he'd recognise it. Flowey listened to your description. I only know 3 skeleton monsters, and if any one of them could reach the surface, they'd take the others with them. I don't know what you saw, but it wasn't a monster. Okay, if we think about like how we described it to Flowey, how does that still not count as a monster? I mean, it looks terrifying. It's got bones. There's gore on it. You can see his spine. It attacked you. It tries to eat you. Was that a freaking, just a really angry poltergeist? Wait, but the ghost also counts as a monster because we got Napsterblook. So I'm surprised Flowey says that's not a monster when you do have like monsters such as Napsterblook existing in his world down there. You've got a ghost. So I find that very interesting. So what he's saying, that to him that doesn't count as a monster. It sounds like no monster he's ever seen, so he's refusing to believe that's a monster. I guess that makes sense. I wonder to them, whenever they think of things like they're supposed to be like their terrifying equivalent of what a true monster is, to them it's a human, isn't it? You're putting some really deep thought into this. I am. I'm hurting my brain doing it. Staring up at the hole, you're relieved it doesn't look like it followed you. If it wasn't a monster, could it have been a ghost? Which again then goes back to the whole thing that Napsterblook is a ghost and he technically counts as a monster as well. And also that doesn't make it any better, to be fair. I'm just saying, ghost or monster, does it really make it all that better? That means technically it could float and go through things. That makes it worse, for me personally. Especially when you know from the bad endings you can get that he can 100% take your head off. My, what a ruffian. It's such a mess as well. Oh yeah, because you don't like messes, do you? You are very, like, particular about how you go about your stuff. That means he's a bit more, if I think, compare him to the other casters we've had throughout the games and everything, he's very different. He's more, animalistic, would it be? Like, he appears to be, like, he's more rough. He's not methodical. I mean, yes, he's still, like, hunting prey down, but, like, the brutality and stuff. Because they've been pushed right to the brink, haven't they, down there? That there's no magic, they're running out of time down there. So pretty much, forget about, you know, being delicate with things. But I still am curious how he can manifest himself up there. You'll have to put the matter aside for the moment. You asked Flowey to tell you more about this place. It's dangerous, he says. The longer you stay here, the less likely you are to make it out alive. You may not die, but you'll definitely come back. Maybe, he says. Maybe? You want the first human to fall? He mumbles. You want the first with the reset ability either. You're the nicest one, but you're not the first. You know, that's concerning. He just confirmed the one that came before tried to kill him and tried to run a genocide. So I'm not surprised if there are monsters down here who are pretty hostile right now. Nicest? You haven't attacked me. Why would we? Look at you. To be fair, if you look at him, would you really have the heart to attack him? He's a little flower with one eyeball, looking pitiful and wilted. Come on. Besides the eyeball thing, would you really go and hurt him? I mean, luckily for me, he had enough energy to make a giant find to save my life, but still, would you really pick on the wilted flower? You say nothing. Flowey saved you. Of course you wouldn't attack him. He gives you an odd look. If there are others with your ability to survive death, then surely they must be around here. Or maybe they already climbed out. There is no way they're climbing out that. And even if they did, what do you think is waiting up the top to chomp their head off? No, he says, none survive. But they can. It only works, he says quietly, when you want it to. In other words, you can tell the grim reality of what happened. Oh my, they gave up. What a shame. But wouldn't you want it to? Flowey's petals wilted and he looked to the ground. Sometimes it's easier to give up. You know, my dear, you could give up your legs and your body and then you'd be with me, and now is not the time for that conversation. He's being serious here. You'll get through this. I hope you do. Tiredly sighs Flowey. My poor little flower. My poor baby. Freaking Flowey, this is like the nicest little baby. To be fair, in Horrortale AU, he does have a little bit of like a mischievous streak to him. He's a little bit naughty as well, but he's been through so much. Bless him. But he's been a little sweetie by you. You asked Flowey about where the barrier's weakest. Back of the castle, he says. A human could probably make it out of it. Yeah, but there's no way in heck I'm going past blooming Miss Fishy. I don't care. I will deal with Asgore. At a push. I will deal with Queen Tori. Queen and I? Absolutely freaking not. No way, no how am I going near that tyrant. If there's one AU that I would not go near, and I had to list who were the big bads at the end I wouldn't want to face, I wouldn't want to face Slumbertail Asgore. Hate him with a passion. If you know what he's like and what he's done, you'd hate him too. Then there's Undie. Maybe at some point we could talk to her. But from what I've seen so far, I don't think she's going to be willing to talk and would probably attack me. And I'm not excited or happy about the prospect of hearing her freaking music playing. because that's going to scare me. It's going to cause a lot of PTSD to return to me. Oh my goodness. Great! Does he know how to get there? Yes. Even better, can he show you? He blinks. What? Me? Why? Who else would be a better guide? Flabby, stop swaying. I can't protect you. If you're attacked, I can't save you. That's okay. I can protect myself. Not to mention, you technically have me behind you protecting you as well. You are not in this AU, sir. Doesn't mean that I can't offer commentary. He's a little bit of a weird one, isn't he? Is he always like this? He's a little bit creepy. Don't harm the flower. Precious, innocent flower. He suffered. They all have. Not as bad as Sans, though. To be fair, I feel like Sans has suffered the worst. In canon Horrortale, like, I feel so bad for him. Like, ow. And Grilby. Ugh. Grilby. Okay, well, I'm not trying to rule you, so that's okay. You can protect yourself. So now we're going to go forward a bit more. And I will be right back. I'll be back once we reach the end of the chapter. Or, you know what? I'll be back when we reach the spiders, because there's something important I need to mention. Why exactly did we come back to this section here? Well, this is something important that can really mess up a run, so I'm going to make this like really important that I include this. So when you get the option to go down the different paths after you've pulled the lever, when you get the option to go down the tunnel on the right path, which encounters the spiders, make sure you keep this to heartbreaking. If you don't, you will not get the option to give berries to Mama Tori. This has messed me up so many times because I didn't notice that I accidentally changed this option. I just want to throw this in because this bit really did mess me up in the long run. Okay? Great. Well, I will see you guys further along. Welcome back, little humans. Now, if you have successfully completed everything that my little star here has told you, you should have the following outcome for your wonderful chapter 1. And I hope that quite a large majority of you didn't show mercy to Tori. Gaster, you can't hold it against every single Toriel. Watch me. Oh dear. But yes, we're at the end of chapter 1, so at this point, I actually only died 10 times! Yay! Well done. Now then, little moth. Can I carry reading on now? What happened to your English there? I don't know. I broke. Do you need me to fix you? I have a body ready. I didn't break that much. How are you holding up on food? You fed the baby spiders and they were very grateful. Always make sure you choose heartbreaking, otherwise you will not get the option for Tori. If you got to this point and you didn't get to feed Tori, that's probably what happened. Because that messed up for me. You fed Final Frog and he will live for another day. Another day to mourn the loss of his family. How merciful of you. What else was I supposed to do? I had berries. I just wanted to feed the frog. You fed Toriel, but she will not forget your mercy. Considering how she mercifully kept murdering you over again with tea. To be fair, I stupidly accepted it. That's not her fault that I was naive and trusting. You shared berries with every monster who needed it. You have plenty of berries left. How is you faring on relationships? Hopefully nobody has got eyes on you right now. You are sensibly staying away from the ghost hunting you down. I wish that was the same for the one that's currently attached to me. Me a ghost? You couldn't get rid of me even if you tried. True, because you use that siren malarkey and I can't get far from you. Exactly, because you're just obsessed with me then. That doesn't seem very fair. Oh, come now. I've grown on you. You love me, really. Say it. I love you too. I knew you'd do as I say. Good little puppet of mine. But this literally just confirms he is tracking you down. He is hunting you. He's not... He could have just left you. But instead, he's literally hunting you down. Why? What did I do to him? I know I avoided him, but come on. Prey went into the underground. Come on. Why me? You didn't even let me talk to him. This is the smartest decision you can make. It was the only decision you could make in that moment because he literally would have bitten my head off. Oh, that's because you're delicious. That's no excuse for biting off my head. I mean, sure, it's a quick death, but come on, I like my head where it's attached. You've not met this monster yet, and you've not met this monster yet. So I think this one here is supposed to be Papyrus, and this one here is probably supposed to be Sans. You've met this monster, but he's not aware he's an option, which I'm pretty sure this is Reaper. So thankfully we have no active relationships, which is good for what we're doing. Gentle reminder, if you're stuck, I prefer walk through this reach. No, we're not doing that. Now we get to enter Snowden and find out if the sweatpants were a good idea, or if it was my worst decision I ever made. Also, this means you need to go. Oh, but why? I've been with you through start to finish, my dear. You don't need to get rid of me just yet. Because I'm supposed to be a Halloween trapper. And I don't need you getting hostile. I grew him to get that hostile. I mean, he's like my brother, isn't he? Just a different version and more hungry. More like he's starving himself. Ugh, he sounds like Papyrus. What do you mean? You know exactly what I mean, and I'm talking about the starving part. I'm just talking about putting others before himself. True. Alright. I will think about it. Can we at least see if whether or not you were meant to perish in the snow? That way, then I can wrap my arms around you and keep you warm. And I have a lovely jumper that you can use. You and your jumper. Oh, come on, you love my jumper. I do, it's really nice. It's just a bit disturbing when I learned where it came from. Oh, come now. You have to admit, it's quite resourceful of me to use that method to make a lovely, warm, cozy jumper. I even made that scarf for you. I didn't know you made it using that method. Now you do. Oh, it's snowing! Your heart quickens as you wonder if maybe your summer returned to the surface. Snow's unexpected in the mid-autumn, but not impossible. Your pink eyes move to look around at the beautiful sky. You only see a cave ceiling. Long, dark stalactites dangling above you. Squinting, you can see pale crystals inside them. They look strangely sad. Well, that's a new one. A frown tugs at your lips. You, what are you trying to prove? Flowey the flower monster pops up from the snow, a few footsteps away from you. The battered flower's petals have wilted further since you last saw him. He scrutinizes you with his one eye. Helping them, it only prolongs the inevitable, he says in a quiet, somber voice. Inevitable? His voice is hollowed. Death. You know, I actually met Death, and he's quite an interesting one. He really likes to laugh. Of course I do. You refuse that. But not Death. Will of course not refuse Reaper when it comes to his route, but he means the literal meaning of death. Are you alright? You seem to be having like a debate with yourself right now. Yeah, we're perfectly fine. Don't worry about it, Fly.
You can, for a time, he says, but it comes for everyone. Everyone.
What I say, the freaking ghost of Christmas future?
Flowey turns his head. He nods towards an opening in the forest. The snow is too thick to see a path, but there's a plain gap between the trees that suggests one's there. Just hidden. Flowey says, keep to the path. There's only one way forward. Don't stray, and mind your step.
Flowey could have totally been more useful here by literally saying, by the way, watch underfoot, there's bear traps. But no, Flowey's just going to be like as vague as possible for me.
I'm sorry, that's just how it is. You have to learn the hard way.
I can't stay mad at him when he's this sad. It's okay, Flowey, I forgive you.
Okay.
Do you want to travel with me?
No, not at the moment, no.
Okay, Flowey, I know you don't like to see death.
You asked Snowy if it will be snowing all the way to the end. He shakes his head. No, if you don't run into anyone, 15 minutes of walking will get you someplace warm.
Correction, it will get me somewhere boiling hot.
I said someplace warm. You should have asked more specifically if you meant like scalding hot or not. You sincerely thank Flowey for his help.
As vague as it was, I still appreciate it.
He doesn't say anything as he sinks back into the ground.
You're thankful. You're thankfully in a sweater. And while your sweatpants are not thick enough to roll around in the snow, they will definitely better protect you than, say, if you were trekking through with bare legs. It would be mighty unfortunate to die from hypothermia. Hint, hint. I see what you did there, Dark Petals. I see what you did. We all saw what you did. It would be, wouldn't it?
How far would you even go back in these
circumstances? That is such a low blow. So, for those not aware, if you get the hypothermia ending, you pretty much have to reset back to character creation because it's the only time you get to change your clothes. So have fun with that one.
The timing of your death and resets haven't been consistent. You wonder if there is a way to control it.
Could you perhaps reset without needing to die? Yes, that is possible. It has happened before in Underswap. Oh, I wonder if that's probably how we get to, like, Reaper. Because if we don't necessarily die. Oh, could that be how we get into the void, maybe? You ponder further on the nature of your abilities. Why not? We might as well, while we're out here with no one around, all alone.
What exactly is your ability anyway? What caused it?
The ability to reject death itself and go back in time prior to death. To literally say, I refuse to Papyrus every single time, making his job really extremely difficult. And probably he's going to need therapy after this.
You have no idea, human, how much therapy I'm going to need after this, honestly. Why can't you just die? It's the most merciful thing for you. I could have just, taken your soul, crossed over, with a happy day. Then I could go and reap the next soul, but I have to wait for you.
I know, Papyrus, I'm sorry.
Are you really sorry?
Do I have to answer that?
Oh, Sans! This human's being very unfair.
You're only seeing that kind of ability in movies. What movie have you been watching? Or outrageous stories? Well, never mind. There is one story I can think of in a movie. Magic and technology can only go so far, and with how few mages there are left in the world, no further advancements have made to magic in decades. Could you be a mage? Could you somehow have magic abilities? Nah, there's an explanation for this, even if you aren't aware of it yet. I like how it's like, yet. You aren't aware of it yet. Hint, hint. Yet. You will learn. At some point. Just not yet. You will, eventually.
You wonder if perhaps you could learn to control your ability further. Could you, maybe, just maybe, reset without having to die? Could you go further back to before you fell? Oh, please, no. Otherwise we wouldn't have the game. You step off of the stone doorway and take your first step into the snow. Here's fingers crossed and hoping we're going to be fine. The snow plunges up halfway up your calves. Brr. That's not good. Not only will your movements be slowed since you have to trudge through the snow, I hope I don't have to run, but it's freezing. The sharp temperature difference from the caves behind you to the snowy caves in front of you is insane. You hug yourself tightly, involuntary shivering. Ugh. Nothing to it but to do it. Really? You waddle through the snow, one painfully slow step at a time. The snow crunches with each movement you make. It's the singlest sound you hear. There is no wind. There are no animals. It's you, snow, and the trees so dark they look dead. That's concerning that there is no wind and there are no animals. It is you. I don't care if there is trees. The fact that there is no sound, that already is an alarm bell for me, because normally if it's dead silent like that, animals have a reason to stay quiet. They don't want to get caught. You don't have any other option except to keep moving forward. Flowey said it was 15 minutes walk. You can definitely manage that. You've got this. Yeah, but Flowey also said to mind your step. He clearly said mind your step. Oh, this is like dealing with underswap sands all over again. The thought of getting out of the snow one day fills you with determination. Oh, blah, blah. You walk on and on. Snow falls at a lackadaisy pace. You're not sure how. Looking up, the snow leaks like condensation from the stalactites. The flakes swirl lazily, each landing noisily in the snow on the ground and disappear. Is the volume still fine? Yeah, okay. The trees are taller than the houses in your town. They're taller than any tree you've seen on the surface. They climb so high. It surprises you they don't reach the cave ceiling. The bark is as black as charcoal and the limbs are bare. It's dark, but oddly enough, there's enough light from the faded crystals in the stalactites that keeps things visible to you. Shivering, you carry forward. The biting chill is unrelenting as you progress. Better than what it could be, you tell yourself. Oh god, is this going to be another game where I'm literally spending most of the time talking to myself? Oh no, I'm going crazy early. While you're not dressed for winter, you are covered enough that the snow doesn't directly touch your skin, except the flakes that land on your face. It won't matter much longer though. Your body heat has slowly but steadily melted the snow that clings to your sweatpants. You aren't yet wet, but you're on your way to getting there. Thank the stars you're wearing knee-high boots. Good boots. See? The game told me it was good boots. On top of that, Grandma already moved your summer socks into storage, so you're blessedly in nice, thick, winter-worthy socks inside your boots. Your toes and feet are toasty warm. You won't have to worry about getting frostbite on your feet. You're right for a present to something hard. Oh, shit. You look down. As you see metal teeth spring from the snow. This is not the right music to be playing when I suddenly sound on a bear trap. I'm just stating right now. What is this? Who is in charge of this? Excuse you. I don't want happy musical melodies to play when I've just done something that's getting me killed. The whole entire world is like, la la la. And I'm like, ah! Because my leg just got broken, probably. Or worse, I guess we're going to find out how bad it is. Great. Fantastic. Metal teeth sprung from the snow. They snap shut with a sickening crunch and clang just below your knee. Oh god. It's a jagged cut through and your right leg below your knee has been effectively cut off. Oh well then. Oh boy. Oh boy! Well that's a predicament. Why can I still hear me walking in the snow if I just lost my leg? Anybody besides me hearing this? Anybody besides me questioning why I'm hearing me crunching in the snow?
Is that me just having like an out-body experience where I'm just imagining I'm still walking even though I'm like literally spewing blood out of my leg? This is someone's twisted sick joke, this is.
The pain hadn't registered as you lost your balance and fall back. Bits of your flesh and strings of your tissue tug between your lump of a leg and the chunk of your leg in the bear trap. You fall back into the snow. Shock keeps the pain at bay for several moments until it registers. At the base of your lump is a burning agony that rips through your entire body. You have no leg, yet you feel as if it's being dunked in lava. The fire agony is so intense your mind can't register it fully. It's hot and cold all at once and it leaves you breathless. You can't even suck in a gulp of air big enough to scream. Blood spills out at the bottom of your knee like a gushing fountain. It dyes the snow around you a bright crimson that even the fresh flakes can't cover up fast enough. Sound apes out of you. Each second you lose an absurd amount of blood. You don't even have the energy to shake within a minute, and blessedly soon you are teetering on the edge of oblivion. This is a death you'll welcome. Flowey! You said to mind my step. Couldn't you have just told me that there was a bear trap in the snow? No, because you wouldn't learn your lesson if I told you, wouldn't it? That'd be too easy. Besides, there was always a chance you might have not gotten, your foot in one of them. I'm sorry.
I forgive you, Flowey. Hold on. What's this? Where's the Sea of Stars? Normally when we die, we're in the Sea of Stars. Where are we? This isn't right. This isn't normally what happens when we die. This was not the plane of death you've become accustomed to. Yeah, I freaking noticed. It is a similar feel, an odd trepidation of being somewhere and nowhere at the same time. You are a formless bodiless with only your soul to shine in a black void of emptiness. Doesn't feel like the right word, but you lack any other way to describe it. There's something here, so you're reluctant to call it empty. Oh god, his wings here. Your soul hovers. No, wait. Hovering would be if there was a ground. So your soul flies in the darkness and it moves around in an idle circle as you ponder where you are. Like the plane of death, you feel the way to return, but something keeps you here. A curiosity. What lurks in the void? Thank you. Okay, well the way that the text is glitching makes me think, is this wings? Okay. Is this Wings? Wings' dialogue freaks out like this all the time, so is this Wings talking to me? A voice barely above a whisper, as soft as a child's murmur. Okay, so that means he's weak. In the darkness you see it, although its glow pales in comparison to yours. Thank you. It's red. Wait, a red soul? But a red soul would mean determination. Thank you for saving her. Wait, now I'm confused. Twinkle in post-editing, I'd like to establish that the fact this is red and that it's facing upright really doesn't confirm whether it's a monster or a human, because throughout this adventure you'll notice that all the other monsters you fight have that same thing. So it could still be Wings. But the reason I'm leaning on it being Wings is the state of this and because of something Wings says later on. But yeah. Still could be anyone, but I really think it's Wings in this moment. Oh, one last thing I'd like to add, that if you do get this scene, that's a good thing, because that means you're on the good route. I only found that out later. Now, before anybody says, oh, but it's obvious, it is absolutely obvious, elementary, my dear Watson, we're Eliza. No, Flowey confirmed it for us. Flowey literally said that we are the first to not attack him and to be nice to him. Meaning, if that Eliza had come before us, Flowey would have said something different, because according to canon, if Horrortale, as in if you read the comic, Eliza was nice to him when she first met Flowey. She had no reason to not be nice to him. So no, Eliza isn't here. The soul cannot be Eliza. At least I don't think it is. And darkpetal, feel free to correct me or not, but either way, we're playing an MC. We literally fall into this world after many, many, many years of these guys being trapped down here, starving and being forced to eat each other because literally magic is dying down there. Now, please also keep in mind that since probably Queen Undie is on the throne, that means Asgore is also already gone. A lot of the monsters will already be gone before we even meet them. Tori was technically the ruins and was technically giving you a merciful death to save you the horror that she's seen time and time again happening out there in the underground. She went crazy because literally having to do that probably literally got to her. And kids weren't exactly happy with what was happening. So yeah, I really am leaning more towards this being Wings, and this is probably confirming that Wings is trapped in the void, and that is why he's such a bizarre entity right now. But I really think it's Wings. Everything is leading me to believe it's Wings, but there is a chance it could be maybe Fresco Cara, but there isn't enough to support it is them. Especially with the glitching on top, really freaking me out. If it didn't glitch, then I would think it was Cara, or, Frisk, depending on which one is the good one. But the fact that he's hunting us, he's following us, and then there's this part of him in here. He might have gone a bit insane, but maybe a part of him isn't fully insane, and it's the part that's trapped in the void. Does that make sense? Because he would have done anything to protect his brothers, anything to save them. Later on, as I did mention earlier, there will be some dialogue that comes up, and you will get the idea in your head as well. How far is he willing to go? He says something, and trust me, it's quite a big statement from Wings. So yeah, is this Wings or is this a human? I don't know. At the moment, Wings is the most likely culprit of this, but I'm not sure. So yeah, just let me know. What do you guys think? Just carry on. Just go happy place. You saw nothing. Okay, so what we normally see is just like a sea of stars. So I guess I'll include this part with Reaper, but I'm not gonna change Reaper's voice for this. The smell of vanilla tickled your nose. Missing out on leg day already? Sans lowly droll catches your attention. The sure Reaper stands casually atop of the sea of reflective stars, his permanent style fixed in place. You flatly tell him you're trying to become a pirate. Maybe not the right way to do it, but hey, hibbida. What's with the tone? Can't you stand my leg jokes? He says with a shit-eating grin. You, Glenn, look around. Where's Papyrus? Where do you think Papyrus is? Papyrus can't stay there all day dealing with me and my, attempts to make his job terrible.
Well, at least you can understand my suffering. Thank you, other human.
You're welcome, Papyrus. I'd give you a snuggle and a hug if I knew it was safe to do so, but I'm kind of afraid that Sans will do something to me.
You're talking about his whole touch of death, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. If he gets too mad at me, if he gets angry, he could kill me in an instant. It's worse having him watching over me. I'm more scared of that fact. There's a lot more peaceful souls that need his attention, explained Sans. You can't hang around forever waiting on you. Oh? Don't worry, human. I can. You give him a withering look. Or you could do us all a favor and come quietly now, he says. Definitely not for him. Try again.
Okay, bear trap under the snow. That's tricky. Time to see if you can yank off one of the branches. You could poke it under the snow and try and find the traps.
Oh my god, the mighty stick of justice has returned! If you've not followed this series, the mighty stick is a recurring important character. I really need to make him a sprite. Oh my goodness, we should make him a kawaii sprite. Just imagine a little tiny stick with like really cutesy big eyes on it and blushy cheeks. Oh my goodness, Stick, he needs to have his moment. He will be the most important Stick, more important than any Harry Potter wand. Oh my goodness.
Now it's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. The mighty Stick has returned. Oh goody, it's my turn to join the story. Yay!
Why does my Stick have got a high-pitched voice?
I don't know, I just do. Yay! You know, I'm really famous. I was also in Ebott swapping as well as Reapertale, you know. I'll appear a lot of times. Oh, I'm like Derpy, if you've seen My Pony, that one as well. Everyone loves Derpy. I'm just a recurring character nobody thinks about. I'm a magic Stick.
Are you magic in this one as well?
Of course.
You do realise I'm going to use you in the bear trap, right?
Ah!
It's okay, Stick, remember. You are still best character. Time to see if you can yank off one of the branches. You can poke it under the snow to try and find the traps. You waddle through the chilly snow and reach up to grab the lowest branch in reach. It takes a couple of tugs until it snaps off and you obtain the stick. Ah! Literally the stick. You repeat the process until you have 5 sticks. Hopefully there aren't that many traps. Why am I underestimating the power of trapper sounds, aka Horrortale sounds? Hello? I don't even know where exactly he keeps them. To be fair, they just appear. With one stick in your right hand, you shove it under the snow and use it to poke ahead of you before you walk. It's hard to tell what the original trap was since everything looks so similar, but you find it soon enough. Metal teeth spring from the snow and snap the stick in half. And with a resonating clang, the noise is so loud it makes your ears ring. You stab the sad stick for a moment. Oh no, I made the stick sad. Not dead, I made it sad. Briefly recalling your leg. Ugh. Better you than me, says Stick. I named the stick, and then I'm like, better you than me, Mr. Stick, says Stick.
Wow, thanks.
I'm sorry. I'm seeing this one's a little bit more, what can I say?
Do you like your MC?
Honestly, in this one, this one does some dumb things as well. And it's a lot more thirsty than any of the other MCs, that's for sure. Toss the stick aside, you ready the next stick and carry on. I would have grabbed more than 5 sticks. What if you run into a dog? Like lesser dog, greater dog? Like the dogs. What if I need a stick for them? You find another a minute away. You lose your 3rd stick. The same way. Cautiously move to the outer edge of the path and you break 4th stick that way. Use your fist out to successfully make it over to another tree and pull out several more sticks. The 5th stick is lost after another minute of wobbling. The 6th stick is lost immediately after and the 7th closely enough. Evidently, you have found a bear trap field. Oh, lovely. Wonderful for me. Yay. Well, cookies. The hair on the back of your neck stands... Oh. You're being watched. Well, considering how happy and melodic the music is, I don't feel at all that concerned. Only when I suddenly hear freaking Gaster sing, like suddenly playing in the background, or if I hear her and die, then I'm going to be absolutely freaking panicking. You really are that traumatized, aren't you? That and if I hear your music. Oh, calm down, my dear. Also, you're not in this scene. Go. But I came to check on you. Go. Alright, I'll be back later. You look around immediately. The snow steadily falls at a slow pace. The flakes stick to your eyelashes. You brush them away as you continue to search, and you find the source. Oh, so I'm just standing in the field like a lemon, am I? Great, fantastic. What am I, a freaking deer? It stands between the trees, as still as so. Oh, well, at least it's not charging at me. You stare? Oh yes, totally stare at the thing that's looking at you in the trees. Your pink eyes widen. He's a skeleton monster, a towering behemoth. Oh, how big is he? Freaking wings was huge.
A towering behemoth, half hidden behind a dead dark tree. His left eye socket has a big blown out bright red eye. The top of his skull is missing a chunk. Oh, bless. The crack stretched down his face. Oh my gosh. He wears a ragged dark blue jacket with a big dirty fluffy hood. He has floof! Sorry, I love floof. The single eye is focused entirely on you, and he's completely still. Well, if you run, dumbass, you're gonna look like prey, so we're not gonna move. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally found the skeleton of the hour. The one you've all been wanting me to flirt with. We have found him. So, let's just not move in the face of death. What do you say? But also, I feel really bad for him. I know how the damage got to his skull. I know why he's missing an eye. And he's one of the skeletons. If not for the simple fact that he is very, he doesn't trust easy. Let's be fair now. Of most of the Sans universe, the AU universes, this Sans has gone through so much stuff that it's understandable why he's skeptical, why he doesn't trust straight away, why he's, he has really dark humor. It makes sense. It's his coping mechanism as well for the absolute atrocious things he had to go through. And as well as the simple fact, Queen and Di is horrible. She's a tyrant in this AU. She also literally bullies Papyrus as well. Everyone fears that wretched woman for a reason, but also I felt kind of bad, and also she was clearly manipulated at one point with her. Well, let's not go there. Don't move. Okay. He takes one step forward. You keep staring at him. Oh my god, my heart's going again. Good lord. Hi there, heart. It's been a while. I know. Oh gosh, he's a hot skelly, isn't he? Yes, I can tell you're blooming going again. You haven't made any noise this entire time till now. Don't be silly. Of course I have. Shouldn't you have been going like crazy when things were, Oh gosh, no. Only when I see that tall, dark and dangerous. Honestly, what am I going to do with this thing? He takes another step forward. You turn to face him properly. Your heart makes another thump. And he walks towards you, slowly, quietly. His only eye is fixed on you. To be fair, he must be thinking, I'm crazy. The simple fact, I haven't run. I'm just standing there, like a defenseless deer in the headlights, like a little lemon. Just waiting for him to get close. Really? This one, Horrortale stands normally is seen with an axe in his hand. Are you freaking kidding? I'm just gonna stand here like a little lemon. Wink and give him a cheerful wave. What? You can't bring yourself to move. You can feel your face warm. Yeah, sure. Okay, we'll do that. Why would you wink and give him a cheerful wave? He's definitely gonna think I'm absolutely cuckoo. I don't know if it matters which one you choose to do with him. So, I'm going to save by here. Okay, I don't know. You can't bring yourself to move. You can feel your face warming up with each step. Here we go. We'll do this one. You can't bring yourself to move. You can feel your face warming up with each step closer. I mean, since you are supposed to be a deer in the headlights, it means that you're not going to move, so don't move. He reaches you. He's big. The ghost was tall, but he's big, bulking, tall, imposing, hot. This one said it. You have to crane your neck up to look at him, and he stares down at you. His smile fixed in place, and that big eye focused on you. He sluggishly lifts a hand up. His fingers touch your cheek. He's probably checking to see that I don't have a fever. He's probably thinking I must have something severely wrong with me not to freaking move. Because literally, he's that. He's used to things going, he's dealt with humans before, right? He's dealt with animals and stuff. Animals will either run or, try to fight. Humans tend to fight or tell them to go away. And there's me. Just me.
He's probably thinking, wow, this one must have some serious mental issues. I don't know.
Am I going to tell him he's hot? You swallow, struggling to find your words. You manage to squeak out a greeting. He grips your face with one hand and two to your left, then right, as if he's... Yeah, he's checking me to show I'm my age. Lovely, wonderful, thank you for checking. As he examines you, you take the opportunity to admire him. He has many visible physical on the bones that you can see. His massive hands are littered with scars. That's so bad.
Hit your head?
It takes you a second to realise that was his voice. It's low, deep, and scarcely above a whisper, as if it came from someone who's deeply and terribly exhausted.
You haven't been taking care of yourself, have you? Oh, Sans, what have you put yourself through, buddy? Oh my god.
Oh, you shake your head. He keeps a grip on your chin to keep a look at you. You ask him why he wants to know.
You ain't trying to escape, he says.
Why would you?
Why stay, he counters.
You point to him.
Funniest thing I've heard in a long time, he rasps out.
He moves his hand to the top of your head, and then you feel an odd ticklish sensation coming from his touch, and your vision goes dark as you fall into him.
Oh, well, that's a nice way to knock me out. Oh, that was very nice of him. Well done, Sans. That's my favourite knockout so far. Look at him, being gentle, and he also catches you. What a sweetie. He probably must be so confused in that moment. And the fact that we told him that we're staying there because of him, I can just imagine what he's going to tell, like, Papyrus later. Papyrus is like, Sans, how excited did you get the new human? They literally just stood there in fields and then told me the reason why they didn't escape or run is because of me. Sans, look at that. The human likes you. Papyrus, this gives a whole different meaning to playing with your food. I think there's something seriously wrong with them. Sans, you're just that drop-dead gorgeous. Did you just make a pun? I did for you, brother. I did for you. I like that. See? Even I can do a pun once in a while. Never gonna do that again. I'm gonna leave it to the professionals. That was terrible.
But I am curious, does it really matter which one you choose? I hope it doesn't. I want to see what the other option gives you. I want to see what the other option does. I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't, but I want to. So what happens if you give him a wink and a cheerful wave? He reaches you. He's big. He's big. That ghost was tall, but he was big, bulking, tall, and imposing. Hot. You had to crane your neck and look at him. He stares down at you, his smile fixed into place, and that big eye focused on you. You slightly lifted a hand up, his fingers touch your cheek. You lean into his touch and greet him, and he stiffens. His movements momentarily halted. The moment is over and he resumes.
Poor Sans. Poor Sans. When you're so forward. The poor baby. Oh, I feel so bad for him. That must have been quite a shock for the poor guy. My goodness. He grips your face with one hand and turns to the left, then right, as if inspecting you. As he examines you, he takes the opportunity to admire him. He has many barely visible cracks on the bones that you can see, and his massive hands are lifted with scars. Hit your head? It takes you a second to realise that was his voice. It was low, deep, and scarcely above a whisper, as if it came from someone who is terribly exhausted. You shake your head, and he keeps a grip on your chin to keep a look at you. You ask him why he wants to know. You ain't trying to escape, he says. Why would you? Why stay? He counters. You point to him. The funniest thing I've heard in a long time, he rasps out. He moves his hand to the top of your head and you feel an odd ticklish sensation come from his touch, and his vision goes dark as you fall into him. Okay, well, I don't know there, which would probably be the best interaction for him. Alright, so what I've decided to do is, because Sans technically has more than one route, I will choose to go down the, like, shy options first, and then we'll go for the other options when we go for another route for Sans. Because Horrortale Sans has got a poly and a harem route, and there's this route for himself. So for his personal route, I'm going to be choosing the more closer to me, how I probably handle this situation, rather than acting like really open about my feelings, because I'm quite a really shy person. So I'll be more open in terms of like one of the other routes, like when we do the poly with him and Reaper. Okay, so this is after we have fallen into Sans. You return to your sense of the haze, groggy sense of awareness. Your vision doubles and triples as you try to discern your environment. Yeah, we literally got gently knocked out in a very soothing way. Getting a little tingle in our head. Turn your sense with the haze. Lightheaded and oozy, you slowly sit up. And hear chains rattling. You didn't need to tie me in chains. I wouldn't have gone far. I mean, what part of I was a deer in the headlights and I couldn't handle being in your mere presence and it just made me do stupid things. You look down to see your wrists and ankles have been chained to a concrete wall. You are sitting in a bed of messy, dark-stained blankets that smell of metal and snow. Metal, okay. Your pink eyes move around the room. Concrete walls, a cracked window above you that lets in cold air. There's a drain hole in the center of the stained concrete. Okay, am I in the freezer, or did Wings have a, like, little dissecting room at home? On the right wall, there's a large metal table that reminds me of an autopsy God damn it, Wings. With many sharp tools hanging above. Oh my god, did he torture people at home? From the ceiling dangles rusted hooks, and from their staining patterns, you can conclude that something used to hang from them. The thing is, though, I have got like a terrible feeling, which is they need magic, right? So, did Wings ever like give him, like, offer himself to Sans to cut pieces out of, to give to the brothers to survive? Would he have gone that dark? I mean, it was necessary given there was so lack of food, but when they came to the point where there was barely any food around, what would they have done then? What happened to Wings? Someone has to say it, you're all thinking it. The room is chilly, but not as bad as outside. In conjunction with the blankets draped over your leg, you don't think you'll die from hypothermia in here. Thank goodness. You look down at your chained wrists. You don't see a keyhole for these metal cuffs. How do they work? What do you think? Freaking magic. This might perturb some people, but you aren't some people. You are a dumbass. You know it won't be easy. That's okay. You can make it through. I freaking hate you with this. That you clench your hands into fists as you feel yourself filled to the brim with determination. Now, how to actually follow through with this? I don't know. Ask nicely. I couldn't tell you. You check your sweater pockets and find you still have your phone and the berries. It looks like the monster didn't search you while you were unconscious. Oddly considerate. Aw, that's sweet of you, Sans. Not to violate my personal pockets, thank you. That's so sweet of you. Considering how desperate the monsters have been for food, if they found the berries, they would definitely be gone. Yeah, but so why didn't he? Oh, does he like us enough to leave our berries? Thank you. Did the monster feel uncomfortable patting down your limp body, or... Well, for one, I'm a woman. I don't think he feels comfortable. The door to the concrete room opens. The hulking figure from before steps in. Oh god, my heart's like, oh, bump, bump, here comes the sexy version of death. You smile at him. He moves silently to you, his red eyes fixed on you. He reaches out with a massive skeleton hand to cup your chin. He tilts your face right to left to examine you. Satisfied, he lets you go, and he turns to leave.
nervously grabbing his jacket. Please don't leave. He turns back to you.
Staying won't do you any good, he says in a deep rumbling voice. I won't help you.
So I think what he's talking about here, I feel like he's not really talking about himself. I think he's also trying to refer to the simple fact that us staying in the underground won't do us any good. Because he won't help you. Because if we think about it logically in the terms of like an Undertale story, Sans has always been the one helping you throughout the thing. As kind of like judging you and watching you and giving you hints. But he's not going to do that here. He doesn't want to get attached to you. Because inevitably, you know, if you run out of magic and stuff. Or could it just be the simple thing, because if he stays, he's going to get attached to you. And everyone that's been there has probably hurt them, has betrayed them, has been rude to them, or maybe, you know, they just, if they were nice, maybe they died. Maybe they just gave up. They couldn't cope with it. You bite your lip, too nervous to say what you want. He scoffs and turns away. Maybe I'll have better luck next time. All you do is sigh and look for ways to escape. The thing is, though, to be fair, we willingly stood still for him. Oh boy. Testing the chains proves them to be annoyingly sturdy. You can reach the cracked window from where you are chained, but you certainly can't climb out of it. Oh, cookies, if only you knew how to reset on purpose. Aside from dying, you mean? You don't want to kill yourself. You're not that insane. Oh good, so that's just only an option when I go cuckoo, and that's good to know. Even if you have been flirting with your kidnapper, who likely means to kill you. You sigh. What do you mean? I didn't flirt? What do you mean I was flirting? All I did was stupidly stand there like a lemon and then just nervously grab his shirt. What do you mean? Do I look like I was actively flirting? My heart may have been rinky-dinking, but I didn't like actively lean into his touch. Is it really that obvious how I feel about him? Look, I'm small, I'm defenseless. I'm like a little tiny animal. You should adopt me. After some time, the large monster returns. Oh, this must be so freaking hard for him to do. Okay, so at this point, this is where the real strong Horrortale themes come in. If you are uncomfortable with what's about to take place, please avert your eyes until you hear my voice again. Or, you know, just skip this part. I don't know what to tell you. I'm about to lose a chunk of my butt. Quite literally. My butt is coming off. At least a slice of my butt. What do you mean? Did I just hear that someone was about to touch your butt? No? You heard nothing. Wings, just go over there. It's fine. She totally said that someone was going to touch her butt. Shut up, Red! My god! Don't wind up, Wings! My goodness. And don't get your brother involved. And let's not get the other Wings from freaking Mafia fella involved. Oh god, no. Right. Your gaze immediately zeroes in on the large butcher knife in his right hand. Well, at least it's a butcher knife and it's not an axe. I greatly appreciate that you use a butcher knife. It's more precise with cutting. Something tells you he's not going to use that to free you. At what point would a butcher knife help you get free from shackles, woman? The hulking skeleton monster makes noiseless steps as he nears you. He roughly grabs the back of your sweater and picks you up. Why are you doing that? Don't, roughly grab me. I'm gentle. I was sweet to you. There's no need to be rough with me. I'm small. Don't resist. Let him do whatever is about to happen. If I resist, I'm just proving humans are all... You know what? I don't care. You need to eat. You better, though. To be fair, if you're about to cut a piece of my butt off, you better eat it too. I instantly regret what was about to come out of my mouth. Never mind. Never mind. Shut up, Red! You don't resist. He notices and gives you an odd look. You return his look with a smile. You don't think he liked that. He sets you roughly over the autopsy table. It's enough of a rough landing to make you wheeze for your breath, but not enough to bruise. The monster effortlessly flips you over. It's enough to make your head spin. The chains rattle as the monster wraps the chains around the table. He straps you down with impressive speed while you vehemently focus on trying to regain your breath. You can't move, and he straps you down too well. The sound of your sweatpants being ripped open fills the rigid air, and your mind goes blank. For all of 1 second, until you feel cold metal against your butt. "We'll try to be quick," he mumbles. "Well, thank you. That's the least he's saying. He will try to be quick. Because this must be so unsettling for him. Can you imagine, like, the first time he had to do this? How that must have, like, really, like, churned his stomach. Papyrus doesn't have to do this. There's no way Papyrus would have ever been able to do this. He wouldn't be able to do it. Papyrus is way too sweet. It's cold. There's the only thing you can think of. You hear something like ham being sliced. How dare you? How dare you say that my butt is like a pig's butt? Like ham. I don't have a piggy butt. Excuse you. And the back of your butt feels unnaturally cold. Your body trembles as your heart pounds painfully in your chest. All thoughts disappear before they can become anything tangible. It's cold. Like I said, I chose the butt for a reason, but the problem is by choosing the butt, it also makes some awkward things come out of my mouth. Why? Why do I have to hear that? Come on. They're fudge biscuits. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like someone sharpening a knife. Doesn't it sound like someone sharpening a knife? This doesn't sound like something going through meat, right? I don't like it either way. Can we stop? I don't like it. Stop it. That's all you can hear. The sound of flesh. Is that the sound of flesh? That's the sound of a knife. It's cold. The sound of meat. It's cold. The sound of you. Hey, if I can't see it, I'm facing forward, so I can't see it, so it's not me. It's cold. You. Oh, it clicks. Wow, my character was delirious at that moment that she didn't realize it really was her butt getting cut up. I can't say that seriously. Dangerous, he says. In this world, there's kill or be killed. Eat or be eaten. Again, Flowey never stated be eaten alive. But also, if you can see what Sans is doing here, they're conserving food. Technically, he keeps you alive, and he only takes a little bit of what he needs. Compared to Wings, who literally freaking cuts my literal head off and eats it. But still. Flowey's words ring in your head, and your butt stops feeling cold. Opposite the chill, you are overtaken by a blistering, broiling, playfully burning sensation. Bite on hard on your tongue, do not make it bleed, and try not to scream. You do your best to stay silent, and you bite hard enough on your tongue that you can taste the coppery tang of your own blood. You tremble against your straps as you forced to listen to the sound of the monster neatly slicing thin layers of your flesh. Thank God you don't get a visual representation of this, I'm just saying. The pain isn't on par with some of your deaths, but it doesn't end. It's slow. It's dilapidating. It's horrible. The end cannot come quick enough. To be fair, he did say he's going as quick as he can, and he's trying not to take too much flesh off of you. Because if you notice, it says that he's being neat. Because he's obviously making sure that it lasts, but also because if he took a lot out of you, you go into freaking shock. But it does. Thanks to the stars it does. The monster slaps something cold on your butt. Hey, don't slap my butt. You hear him shuffle, and then he slowly rearranges his clothes to cover you again. You twist your head to look at him. Your pink eyes meet his one red highlight. He looks like he wants to say something. A flicker of Confliction makes his eyes waver, but then he shakes his head and leaves. You're left alone for only a minute, and then the door reopens. You twist your head and see a... Whoa. If the skeleton before was hulking, this one is absurdly tall. He easily reached up to the ceiling, rivaling the height of that ghost who came chasing you down here. Unlike the ghost, however, this one has no gaping holes or missing body parts. The tall monster shambles into the room, and you see makeshift metal braces on his legs. Oh, wait, makeshift metal braces on his leg? Oh, what happened to his legs? Oh, Papyrus! Sweetie! Oh my god. And all this, you smile with the crooked broken teeth. He wears a tattered dark stained white sweater with a torn red scarf. His red gloved hands reach out to you. You let him help you sit up. Hello, human, says the monster in a croaky voice. He speaks loudly at the start of the word, but his voice cracks and becomes softer at the end. I am the great Papyrus. Thank you for your fall into the underground. Oh, poor baby. Oh, Papyrus. I know how his teeth ended up that way. But what the frick happened to his legs? Was that a die? What happened? Is he just weakened? What is going on? My goodness. Did a freaking human attack him and do that to him? Who hurt my other baby? Who does hurt the precious Papyrus? He is a sweet cinnamon roll. You tell me it was worth the trip to meet the other skeleton that was slicing up your butt. Oh, you mean my brother Sans? He is a very good brother. I'm glad you noticed. Oh my god, Papyrus, you're still freaking sweet as ever. Look at him talking to his food. You watch him carefully bandage your butt. Oh, thank you so much. You see an odd glowing green muck on your injury that he gently covers up. Whatever that stuff is keeping you from bleeding out. Oh my goodness, thank you so freaking much. Have you seen much of the underground? Papyrus asks. Where did you fall? It's a long story. I stupidly ran and fell down the freaking thing and down into a hole. You explain how you fell into a cave area and you followed a purple path that led you here. I haven't been to that area, Papyrus remarks thoughtfully. I thought I knew everything about the underground. Once bandaged, he wraps you in a mucky blanket and carefully carries you back over to the bed of blankets. Oh, wait, I got a bed of blankets, and he sets you down gently. Oh, he's so gentle with me. Hey, he's so sweet. Help me. What's your name, human? He asks, and you tell him. Twinkle, he repeats happily. Thank you for your donation. Oh, yes, you're welcome. You are very welcome for me donating freaking meat from my butt. I didn't... It's not like Sans asked, would you be okay with donating some of your meat? If he'd asked me, then I would have said, yeah, sure, go ahead. As long as you don't kill me. He's welcome. You give him another smile. He seems to be an apical monster. Perhaps you could ask him some questions. You also know more about Sans. Sans? He used to be very lazy, says Papyrus. Not as much anymore. Although he had a hard time cleaning up after himself, Papyrus tilted his head. He has an awful sense of humour. He doesn't get any of my jokes or my first terrible puns. Puntastic. I hope other humans have better tastes. You smile. No, I'm another one. What's Snowdon? Snowdon is here. It's where we live, Papyrus says, and he briefly looks away from you. It's not as nice as it used to be, but it's home. You don't have any other questions. Okay. Papyrus moves away from you. Take care, Twinkle. Oh my god, Papyrus, you're such a sweetie. The door clicks shut behind him. Huh. Your back is throbbing in dull pain. Whatever ointment they gave you, it numbed the worst of it. You close your eyes exhausted from everything that happened to my poor butt. It's probably going to bruise in the morning. You need to rest. If only for an hour. You haven't slept in, well, you spent a full day on the surface and fell down the mountain late at night. How many hours would you have been awake? Running from one dangerous situation to the next? At the moment, you can't see a way out of this situation. Better to rest while you can. Hopefully when you wake, it'll be better. You wake when you hear the click of the door. Oh. Opening your eyes, you're surprised to see it's Sans. The hulking skeleton immediately notices your gaze on him, and he flatly stares at you. Oh, but you reflectively smile at him, pleased to see him. His red eyes move down to stare at your smile. His eyes flicker for a split second, and he pulls out a blanket from under his arm and offers it to you. Okay, do I tell him a pun or do I shyly... I'm going to shyly accept the blanket, and the next time when we do this, when we're going in the other route, we will choose the other option. You accept the blanket from his offered hand, and your hand grazes his cold, bony fingers. He flinches away from you, as you feel your heart heat rush in your cheeks. The two of you stare at each other in the cold silence of the shack. You want to say something, but your nerves prevent your tongue from cooperating, and he looks at you. His red eyelid as bright as burning sunset, yet so much softer. You're not certain how long the two of you stare at one another. Seconds, minutes, an hour. All you know is that when he looks away, disappointment floods through you. He takes a step back and says, "Good night." "Good night." He leaves, and surprisingly, it must be hard, you think to himself. To him, you're the only food source available. He can't exactly afford to be fond of you, can he? You wonder, when you return to the surface, how you can help them. Hopefully the exit will be much easier to pass through than falling down a hole. You could carry food. You're positive your friends and grandma would help. You could contact the mage tower where monsters can use magic, and if they'd be willing to help out the mages, who'll have the resource to manage all magic in the world. Yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it? We've got too much magic up there, and they've got no magic down here. Huh. You assume the mages would do everything in their power to free the monsters. But that's a thought for the future. You have to escape first, and ideally not die again. You'll hug the blanket around yourself and close your eyes. Something presses against your cheek, gently waking you up. The first thing you see is Flowey, the one-eyed flower monster, sits up in the concrete with one vine, and he pokes your cheek. "We don't have much time," he says. "The pile of rags left to reset the traps." Really, Flowey? Really? Come on! I was like, he's going to be like the one Flowey that's not going to say something salty about Sans. No. He came up with something new. The pile of rags. Are you freaking kidding me? Flowey's vines wrap around the metal chain. "The cuffs are enchanted. I can't take them off. But I can break your chains." Wait, so I'm going to be stuck with cuffs around my hands this whole freaking time? Are you freaking kidding me? Well then. Great to know. He can get the chains off, but not the freaking cuffs. What am I going to tell my friends when they say that? They're going to be like, "Oh, you got down doing it, something with them, huh? Did you have fun? How come you did it without me watching?" Because there's that one friend. Your eyes widen as you realize what that means. You can barely utter a thank you before Flowey shatters the metal chains around the cuffs. "Go out the window." Tired, he says Flowey. "But what about Flowey? I used too much magic. I need to rest." I need to bring him with me. You carefully pick up the flower monster. His body fades through the concrete as you adjust to hold him with one arm. "I'll be fine," he protests. "I can hide." Flowey saved you. It doesn't sit well with you to leave him behind. Now freed, you reach up to the window. Time for one big pull. You can do it. With the sight of freedom nearby, you are filled with determination. Alright, so we're gonna now escape, and then we're gonna continue. You have Flowey close to your chest as you tumble out the window and into the snow. The chains rattle with your movement, the sound painfully loud. With little time to spare, you force yourself to stand up. Your legs tremble in pain, but loss of muscle in your glutes hinders your movement. The snow sinks up to your knee, further limiting you. Skipping cardio forever after this, you think to yourself as you struggle to wade through the snow. You're not certain if it's the adrenaline or your
that helps you plow through the pain. The glowing glue they put on you will keep you from bleeding out, but it doesn't hide the fact that you literally lost chunks of flesh from your butt. Moving hurts, but not enough to stop you. You can get through this. If death can't hold you, why would you let pain do so? Grunting your teeth, you move on one leg in front of the other. And then you step into another bear. Are you freaking me? Sans! For God's sake! Sans! Stop leaving your bear traps on! Oh, Sans! For God's sake, you little...
You wanted to date him.
That's what the community wanted.
But you still want to date him.
It's not my fault that you can't see something that's just clearly in the snow. You should have had a stick to help you.
Use the mighty stick.
Shut up, stick! Oh, stars, oh, cookies. You can't help but let a groan of annoyance at your dad. You hope you wouldn't have to reset too far back. You seem to have lost some weight there, buddy. Oh, shut up, Sans! Cheeky. You smiled kindly. You couldn't agree more. This is why you're doing your best to make sure that doesn't happen again. You try again. I'm so... Sans, really? For God's sake. Really? Really? My God. You hug the wall to avoid the bear trap. You move cautiously, holding Flowey close to you. He curls into and his vines and roots wrap tightly as he rests his head on your shoulder. Oh my God, the poor thing. With Sans, the trapper, gone, Flowey thinks that it's the best time for you to escape. He hasn't led you wrong before, and you're resolved to make it through. You wade through the bitterly cold snow, your butt throbbing with each movement. One foot in front of the other, eventually you wrap around the shed and you realize that you're not in some desolate wood. You're in a town. Alright, so now what's going to happen here is that I'm going to deal with Papyrus, and I'm pretty sure the next time we come back, we're going to be like outside the place at the end of the chapter. So I don't think Sans pops up again. Okay, now that we're at the end of the Snowden chapter, this is what should be up on your screen at this point. So after exiting, and then you fight with like Papyrus, you do his scene, you save him, and bada bing bada boom, we get to this. Save spot to save. You died only 16 times. How are you doing? You have provided fruit to all the monsters. Well done me with using my butt. What route are you on? We are still on Trapper. It does say here, though, that he's the strong silent type. That's good. He has a hard time talking nowadays. Maybe you could help with that. I'm assuming that probably he's more talkative when you make him laugh. So, again, as I said, I will make him, like, I'll choose the other options when we go down the poly involving him and Reaper. Unless, of course, I'm told otherwise.
Okay then. Let's go to...
when next we come back, we'll be in Waterfall, probably further along in. Since there is another part I can think of that we probably should include in this video. Okay, so I'll be back once we're at that point. I think I'm also going to include this part into the playthrough, because otherwise, when I get a certain individual, it's going to be like very confusing if I just show you like the ending part, because it won't explain how I got there or how I got a hold of it, and people like ask me how did you manage to do that, so I'm going to include it. So when you get into the Echo Flowers by here, I'm going to travel off the path to explore. You're not certain why these flowers remain. Are they poisonous to touch, poisonous to eat, or simply so inedible that the monsters would rather starve than consume them? They're nice to look at, whatever they are. You step up the path to walk among the flowers. As you brush past one, it illuminates briefly, and a voice so quiet it might as well have been a whisper arises from it. I'm glad the echo flowers are left alone. The reaction was so unexpected. When the flower dims, you poke it, and the scene repeats itself. Interesting. You poke another flower. Please, no! The feared voice breaks off as you hear the sound of something squishing and flesh tearing, and it ends in a gurgle. Oh God, somebody got killed. Okay. A chill ran down your spine, and you withdrew your hand from the flower. A sinking feeling in your stomach. No, we need to know what happened. Touch the flower as you explore.
Is it a bad idea? Probably.
Do you do it anyway?
Yes. This whole venture has been one bad idea after another. Might as well keep to the trend. What compels you? Compassion. Compassion for them. I don't know if it really matters what you choose here, but I'm gonna go with compassion. You reach for another petal. Everyone deserves a voice. Everyone deserves someone who will listen to that voice. You could be the person for them, even if you are late. This is way too close to Dusttail. As your fingers brush against another petal, it illuminates. Do you remember those awful burgers?
The ones with glitter in them?
Yeah. Ugh, yeah. I'd kill for one of those.
Yeah, me too.
You've touched another one. Do you think it's snow up there?
Outside the barrier?
Mm-hmm. Of course. What kind of a world doesn't have snow in it?
Good. I'd hate to have to come back here just to see snow. Once we're free, I've never wanted to go underground again.
Same. We'll get out of here soon, right? Yeah, soon. Oh, so they've already been down there so long already. You touch another one.
The skeleton's sure funny.
What do you mean?
Did you not see what Papyrus did today?
No, what happened?
He tried to set up a trap in town.
No, not again.
And ended up getting himself stuck in it. Whenever anyone offered to help him down, he insisted he was fine and he didn't need any help. What a silly monster. So Sans comes along and offers to help him out, of course. Of course. And again, Papyrus insists he's fine. Can you guess what Sans did? Nothing. He just took a nap onto Papyrus while the poor skeleton dangled over him in his own trap. I can only imagine how the eldest reacted when he got home. The lecture was so loud it woke the bunnies.
Loud laughter echoes around. Okay, so this is set before everything goes bad then, this probably. It must be. Because it's like Papyrus just trying to set up traps to catch humans and Sans just being his normal lazy self. You touch another one. Do you want to go to the wishing cave?
Again? We went yesterday.
Yeah, but...
What are you wishing for this time?
Nothing different.
Then why go there again?
Well, the old man said the cave looks like stars.
And?
I wish I could see real stars, but I can't, so...
Oh yeah. Okay, let's go.
Thanks. I'm wondering if this is Sans? Because Sans wants to see stars, or if this is someone else. But I'm really think this is Sans asking someone like Papyrus maybe to come with him or someone else. You touch another one.
Hey, hey, Papyrus. Good day, Poppy. What are you doing out here? I'm on my way to bring lunch to my brothers. They've forgotten their leftover spaghetti again.
I swear they do that on purpose, to be fair.
Oh, that's nice of you. What are you doing out here? Practicing? Listen to the flower. How I sound. Why are you doing that? I want to make sure I sound okay. Well, not as magnificent as myself. You sound fine, Poppy. Thanks, Papyrus.
Aw, you touched another one.
I love you.
I will always love you. Who's this?
Hey, Sans.
Mm-hmm.
Did Wings seem upset to you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
Probably just stress. Don't worry about it, Pop. He'll figure things out.
Do you think it would help if I made all his meals?
Yeah, of course. There you two are.
Wings!
I don't like that look on your face. This is how I always look, Sans. Yeah? Shut up. Both of you come with me. We need to go home.
But why? No.
We're going home now. Everything okay? Everything will be okay. I'll make it okay. Wait, what? Oh no. Oh, wait, I gotta remember something. Even though this does take inspiration from Sour Apple Studios like Horrortale, there's a huge difference here. Gaster's here. Gaster's part of the world. So that makes a difference. And I don't know if it would follow the lines, but
they were looking for like a power source to power the core, that something was wrong with the core. I don't know if that's still the case here, because they were like losing magic all around them and stuff, and that was killing them. But did something happen where he knew things were taking a bad turn. The monsters started turning on each other. If there's one thing for sure, Wings is going to know for sure when something goes wrong. So I'm wondering if this is just when Andai starts her reign of tyranny. Or something. You touch another one. You hear the sound of a loud chewing, breaking up the occasional whimper of, I love you, I love you, I love you. Oh god. Monsters were turning on each other. You touch another one. This one screams. It's high-pitched and entwined with pure agony. Oh god. You touch another one. No, please, please, let me go, please! You hear the sound of something snapping shut. Wait, that's a familiar sound. Is that a bear trap? Sans, what the hell? You hear the sound of a bear trap slamming shut. They wail in misery. My leg! My leg! Oh, please, please, stop this! Please, I have a family! There's the sound of a hard thud, and the begging stops. Something splashes into the water, as if falling over. Oh god, it's silent for several seconds. Sans, did you find anything? Yeah. Anything good? Oh! Sans! Oh, Sans. My god. Because if I think about this logic, it makes sense. Sans would have to be the hunter. This is not something he could ever allow Papyrus to do, because Papyrus would never want to hurt people. This would also explain why Papyrus said we were donating. Because I guess he's under the impression we were willingly giving it. That we agreed to it, which we kind of did. We were sounding like a freaking lemon. We touch another one. The spa okay? Okay. Don't worry. I'll keep Pop out of your kitchen. He would never stand the heat in there. See you around, pal. Hopefully. Wait. Wait a minute! Your kitchen? Is this Sans talking to Grillby? Oh my god, Grillby, are you okay, my sweet? You touch another one. When you reach out to touch the snake's flower, the tip of your fingers are burned. You look to find a tiny flame that rests in the center of your flower. So yes, I think what that was implying is that Sans took Grillby's flame, soul, whatever, and put him into the echo flower, because again, at the end of the day, Grillby is still one of Sans' closest friends. I don't think Sans would ever betray him. And if you don't know, Grillby got it really bad near you, to be fair to him. It has the warmth of a candle. Oh, okay, so this now makes me think, maybe that soul we saw was Gaster's then, because I didn't realize that all the souls, including the monster souls, are red. So, only now I've, like, really noticed that. So, that could have been Gaster's soul, actually, saying thank you. Well, I'm going to feed him a raspberry. I thought you feed it a raspberry and the small thing grows inside. You feel it tug on your soul and it slowly drains you. Grillby, there's no need. Grillby, just eat a raspberry. The small thing grows inside. No, there's no need for that. Grillby. Okay, so the warmth of the soul. Okay, feed it a third raspberry. Just no. Don't tug on my soul. It's fine. It's fine. Here. Have a fourth raspberry, my darling. Good job. It's the warmth of a candle and now two... Oh my god, he's turning into Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. That sounds adorable. Can I please keep him? Feed him a fifth raspberry. The monster is no longer draining your soul. It stares at you. These tiny flickering flames, and you get the feeling that it's trying to spare you. Oh... Grillby! Spare him. Grillby says up, I'm not leaving him here. What if someone else finds him? Absolutely not. Extend your hand out to Grillby in a silent offering to take him along. Take him along!
I don't know if it's okay to take him along, but I'm taking him along anyway. He's mine. Grumpy stares at your hand for a long minute. The fire monster extending himself out to you before he tumbles into your Oh my god, he's so freaking tiny. The flame does not burn. You hold Grumpy up and gently place him on your shoulder. He goes into your neck and you feel a pinprick like a sunburn as he settles into you. Neato, pleased with obtaining a friend, you decide it's time to move on to the city, and you return to the path on the right. Aww. You take the path on the right. With each step on, the area continues to shift. It grows hotter by the second, with humid wetness dissipates around 10 minutes or so of walking. You reach a long, wide bridge. It creaks when you walk over it, but it remains surprisingly sturdy. With Grumpy's light, you find you have no need to use your phone flashlight anymore. You tuck it away in your pocket along with the half-smooshed raspberries and continue on your journey. You suddenly will be seeing the exit in no time at all. You can do this. You can get through this. As your determination carries you forward, you notice something up ahead. It's a small figure, and in the dim light, it takes several seconds of staring at the process. It's a dog. Oh, lesser dog. Heavily disfigured from birth. Oh, my poor baby. This is upsetting me in so many different ways. I don't like it. I will not include the full fight with lesser dog, though. So instead, I will jump forward a bit and then we'll be back. But I pretty much am going to be taking Grumpy with me in this. I don't know if it's a good idea to take him or not, or if it's better I don't take him, if he was safer as a flower. But until I'm told otherwise, we have Grumpy with us. Okay, so I'm also going to include this. So after, obviously, you saw there was an encounter involving lesser dog, I'm going to put this in because this is quite an emotional one. So obviously we're going to, it's time to rest now. The lesser dog breathes heavily, its entire form trembling. It has no strength left to hurt you. We could choose to leave, but he is a good boy, and we need to sit with good boy. You sit down on the bridge. Now committed to seeing this through, Lesser Dog wobbles over to you. He has like no freaking energy left. You stretch out your hand and it gives a sniff. It collapses beside you and rests its head in your lap. You offered the last of your smashed raspberries. The dog tiredly lifts its head and licks the raspberries clean from your right hand. Its rough tongue licks the palm of your hand and it looks up to you with a warm, fatigued eye. He's freaking tired. He's been through so much. Our pet. Oh. So monster souls are red in this. So there probably was wings. Good lord. Your hand gently brushes through Lesser Dog's fur. The dog monster lets out a deep, content sigh as it continues to rest its head in your lap. His eyes close as it feels you scratch behind his ear. You pet Lesser Dog's head with one hand and rest your other hand on his back. It was not been held in a long time. You methodically stroke the back of the dog, tears leaking out of Lesser Dog's eyes as it whines softly, shivering in your palm. Pet. Lesser Dog misses everyone. You keep up your administration, kindly petting and comforting the monster. This is so upsetting. Lesser Dog hopes to see them soon. With each long stroke down Lesser Dog's back, you start to feel grains of sand. Oh, God. This is worse. In Dusttale, I at least didn't meet a monster that suddenly turned to freaking dust in front of me. Oh, God. You hadn't realized the monster was so dirty. That's not dirt. He would like to scratch it. No! He can't. He's run out of magic. He's dying. God damn it. I don't like that. Oh, come on. Scratch along Lesser Dog's back. It whimpers and cries quietly, but the noise is barely above a whisper. You keep trying to soothe the monster, but Your home comes away with chunks of dust and white ash. The lower half of a lesser dog has collapsed into ash. In a second, the entire monster dissolves to dust in your lap, but trembling before you, you see a tiny, cracked, upside-down soul, and it hovers before you. You reach out to it. Oh, lesser dog thanks Twinkle for playing with them. The soul presses lightly against you. A rush of fur against you. Cold, wet nuzzles press against your cheeks. And this is really hard to read. My eyes are working so much I can't freaking read. Happy whimpers and yips. He's... God damn it, he's so freaking cute. Hey. I'm not gonna survive the friendship route. Because everything, when you read it all together in one go, it hits hard. The breeze of many tails wagging, warm, safe, happy, warm bodies press into you from all sides. All the dogs are happy because they're reunited now. The smell of fresh snow and the dogs tickle your nose. Your belly is full and your body pleasantly tired from playing all day. Friends, family, love. Lesser dog shares this memory with you. This precious moment with their dear companions before everything went to shit. It was the last good memory it had until you came along, because now you are the last good memory he had. Because you woke up that dormant memory in him. He spent so long alone and having to literally devour each other, kill other monsters to survive. Probably even hurting those he loved the most, just so that he wouldn't die himself. It's not fair. Until you came along. Thank you. Don't thank me for that, please. End encounter. That's not fair. Yeah, I know. Wait, who's talking to me? That's not fair. Yeah, I know. You swallow roughly. That's not right. Yeah, I agree. You slowly stand. Wait, is that how I got determination? Did Wings give it to me? Wait, who gave it to... Wait, who's this? I've got someone else in me. Who's this? Okay. You slowly stand out. I freaking... Why did this have to happen? A tragedy such centuries before our time. You brush off the dust. That's unacceptable. I know. Oh wait. Oh, is this Asgore? Cause isn't like in Horrortale something happens to like Asgore for Undyne to take over. I think Asgore died or something. So is this Asgore? I don't know who this is. Either way, I'm getting upset. Is that Asgore? Maybe it's Asgore's soul, actually. Maybe it's not Wings. Or maybe one of them is Wings. But is this... I didn't think, what about Asgore? It could be Asgore. God, I'm so fucking... I'm upset, okay? I'm upset. I am gonna say a bad word. Oh god. You blink back the burning sensation in your eyes. You won't accept that. Neither can I. Who is this? Wings, is this you? Who is this? Turn away. You are determined to make things right. I will help you. Who is this? Who is the only will help me? Who is this? Is it Grillby? No. Is it? Grillby can't talk. He hasn't spoke, at least. Is this little, like, fire thing? Or is it him? It could be too many people. Who is talking to me? I'm so emotional right now. Exit. I died 21 times. You've obtained a permanent life source, kind of, and a new friend, hopefully. How are you doing? You saved all that you could, but it's not enough. What routes are you on, the chopper?
I'm so emotionally upset right now. I'm not happy. Well, that was Sansa's route. I'm going to be crying a lot for the rest of their lives. I included this part towards the end of the fight with Lesser Dog because honestly, it gives more context with probably why I was crying as well. Help me. Okay, so the red soul could be Gaster because it went all fuzzy. But then who's this at the end? I'm so upset right now. Keep in mind, this is only gonna get worse. Okay, so monster souls, when you're fighting them, they're a red-looking soul when you're fighting them. But then when they pass, they suddenly become a white upside-downy one. Okay. Oh, God. So I actually don't know. I would have said it was Wings. Wing, I feel like it's Wings, though. Because Wings does say, like, in the Echo Flow, you hear him saying that he will make this right. So he will go to whatever lengths he has to. Even literally, like, break himself apart just to try and make things right to save people. God damn it. Well, anyway, if you guys enjoyed this roller coaster and having a taster of that, 5 likes in the video and we will continue. 10 likes and I'll get it up sooner. Head over to the community tab thingy wingy and yeah, choose route, goal. I'm gonna go lay down. I'm probably crying for a while. That was too... that was horrible. That was like Dustdale over again. Don't get me wrong, I love Dustdale. If Dustdale, I really freaking enjoyed it. It's such an emotional experience. My eyes are burning. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and cried, or... I don't know. Tell me who you think the soul that was talking before was. Who do you think is talking to my soul now? And yeah. Have a nice day and make sure you tell people that you love them and spend good moments with them and just do happy things today. I don't know. I'm emotionally drained now. I'm gonna go find my kitty paw. I'm gonna go snuggle my kitty. Darkpetal, how dare you! But I loved it. But how dare you! This is so bad for Sans. This is so bad for Gaster. This is... Papyrus, I hope, has been kept, like, mostly in the dark. That's what I'm hoping. Baby boy is mostly kept in the dark. Oh, God. I'm emotionally drained. See you in the next video. Welcome to our very first episode of Survival. This is MC Survival for Dummies. This will keep your MC alive and hopefully help you avoid any terrible fate that might befall other MC dummies that don't do it. So, top tip number 1. When entering the world of Horrortale, please wear warm clothes, or at least clothes that are adaptable and are more suitable for environments. AKA wear suitable boots so that your feet don't get soaked. Wear breathable pants. Because you don't know if once we hit Hotland that's going to be a factor. Because I'm thinking ahead as well. It wouldn't surprise me if we suddenly get soft lock because when we hit that place, the clothes we are aren't breathable. But who knows? I guess that's a problem for future us. Or in episode 2. Another top tip for MC for Dummies. When approaching spiders, always say that it's heartbreaking. After all, it is really sad. They're starving. And they've had to watch a lot of their brothers and sisters die. So always say heartbreaking because then you'll be able to feed a wonderful, slightly insane goat mummy. Toriel. Otherwise, if you don't, you're not going to get interaction. If you didn't get to feed her berries, you better restart your game and try again because you're definitely not on the good route. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you straight away right now. that if you did not feed Tori when you left, start again. Because you're definitely not on the good route. Another thing when romancing the skellies, please always be aware that sometimes some skellies can accidentally trigger others depending on your interactions. The best example of this is you can accidentally start Reaper's route while on Trapper's route. I know this one a bit too well. So, if you want to know the best way to avoid activating Reaper while you're trying to just rule Trapper and not activate Polly or Harem, because here's the thing, our dear sweet boy here, Horrortale-san, he got himself 3 routes this time. Oh, he got spoiled for choice. He's part of Harem, which features him, Papyrus, and Wings, and then he's got Polly with him and Reaper. I'm not sure how the heck that one's gonna work. I really don't. But I digress. I'm not really sure how the whole relationship with Reaper is gonna work, because doesn't Reaper have like the touch of death and everything? But I guess that's a problem for future Twinkle. So the best way to do this is based on how you react to others and to Reaper, and as well as to the other Sans. When interacting with Sans through this route, as you notice, I chose a more timid experience with Trapper because it makes sure that I don't accidentally trigger Reaper. Reaper is more for the bold choices and more with like the jokes and stuff because he's a bit more open, you know, a lot more playful. I think that's the best way to describe it. Either way, he likes when you're more bold, and that's what puts a point in his route. So yeah, there's that. Now the reason I am stating this fact and bringing it up is because when I did the playthrough for Trapper's route, I kept accidentally activating Reaper and then getting the Polly instead of just Trapper. I quickly figured out it was based on the interactions I was having with Trapper. I kept getting points with Reaper. Another thing, if you're trying to get Reaper, die. I'm not even kidding. Just die as many times as possible. Die even if you're not sure. Just do it anyway, just to be extra sure. Because you never know, it might activate or trigger a death scene that would allow you to go to the plane where Reaper is. Reaper is only interactable when you die. You need to die to get Reaper. Reaper doesn't appear otherwise. So it's okay to die a lot if you want to meet Reaper. Okay? Because people were like questioning why they weren't getting Reaper. Plain and simply, you're not dying enough. As weird as that sounds, you need to die. Quite morbid that sounded. I don't really mean that way, but you know, you need to make sure the MC kicks the bucket. No, literally, that'll probably hurt their foot. And they're delicate anyway. Anything else I should probably talk about? Oh yes, make sure as well you get that weird scene that I did. So at some point in Snowden, where you are dealing with the traps, you notice how I ended up coming across a scene with the soul that thanks you when you die. You end up in a place that you don't know. It seems to be like a void. Make sure you get that. The way to trigger that is to feed Tori, because that's when the soul thanks you. You need that soul to confirm that you are on the good route. If you don't have that, I don't know where that route is taking you, but I don't think it's going to end well. Some people did ask if it's important to get Grillby. I honestly don't know. And another person asked me about Lesser Dog. Does Lesser Dog have to die? Unfortunately, this is a lot like Dusttail. So yeah, you technically, as bad as the death for Lesser Dog was, it was the sweetest thing you did for him. If you read through that scene like I did, you made him happy. You gave him something that he's missed for so long, and he passed away while having a happy moment. So yes, staying with Lesser Dog was the best option. You know where this is going, don't you? I'm starting to feel like I'm going to probably have to do the Dusttail thing. at the end of this, we better get the reset ability to undo all of this shenanigans and then have a happy ending. Otherwise, I'm going to be a crying mess by the end of this. I'm not going to do well. I'm going to be like an emotional, like, ball. So if you do more or less what I said, you should be fine. But again, it really depends who you're trying to get with and who you're wooing. Oh, one last thing then, for those that aren't sure. The conversation with Papyrus is important. He actually gives you various options, and those are technically all the routes. So, yeah, when you tell him a certain answer when he asks about the different ones, like you say, like, oh, you were excited that you got to meet Death, you got to meet the other skeleton stuff, that's you literally putting down what route you're trying to go for. So yeah, there's that. I don't know if there's anything else I was supposed to mention. I don't think so, but I'm not even sure that I will make it right away to the end of the video, so thank you so much if you did and took the time to listen. Again, I'm still learning the game at the moment. There is still some stuff that I'm not too sure about, but from what I've learned in the playthroughs I've done, that seems to be like some definite things you need to do. I don't know if you necessarily do need to save Grillby, but I did anyway, and I feel like it is the right thing to do when it comes to him. I feel like he is going to play a part later. You see, if you're not aware about Grillby, and I'm going to mention this here, Grillby in the AU of Horrortale actually suffers quite a lot. His literal body starts to hurt himself. He is literally cooking alive to the point where it goes like really grotesque and horrible. But in this world, I guess he got to that point. And from what I can gather from the echo flows, I'm under the impression Sans found him or was there when his final moments were happening and saved him and put the soul into the echo flower or his flame to protect him, so that way he had some place to be. But I'm not entirely sure on that aspect. All I know is that we now technically have this little life, which is Grillby. I don't know if Grillby can talk or anything or what, but I really think it's definitely Grillby. We are told it is. So I don't know, but I'm really glad that Grillby is not melting. And it's just this cute little thing, which I personally believe this is also a callback to the little flames that were in If Underswap. When we saw them at the calf. Was it If Underswap? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in If Underswap, wasn't it? Where they were like little flames. They were like the little dust balls that were in Ghibli Studios. Those ones. And there was like these little flames, and I think he's one of those at the moment. But there we go. Okay, so there's a poll over on the community tab. You guys can choose what route you want me to go for next. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching. And I'm so sorry it took so long. And also, I'm sorry that I couldn't really edit all the voicing. I tried. This software is more finicky than I thought it was. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it regardless. And just thank you so much for watching. And yeah, if there was anything else, I don't remember. 5 likes in the video and we will of course bring you more. 10 likes, I'll bring it sooner. And be sure to go to the community tab and vote. But also make sure to click read more, because it will show you that if you type 1, 2, or 3, you can choose friendship, poly, or harem as well, because I can only add so many in a poll. I'm just saying. Anyway, bye and thanks for watching.